Good morning, Mark Frederic, Le Charcuterie Anglais here today. Thank you for joining. I want to talk to you today about chicken liver pate. Apologies for coughing. Chicken liver pate. For I don't know how many years, for over 40 years or somewhere around that area, I always made chicken liver pate a certain way. And that's probably the same as most people, and especially being a northerner. We used to cook our chicken livers in a skillet, in a frying pan, before adding all the other ingredients. And I thought I made terrific chicken liver pate. I thought, yeah, that's as good as anybody else's, that is. And I stuck to that method for as long as I can remember. And then one particular year, several years ago, I can't remember how far back, myself and a good friend of mine, Chris Wildman from Malham in Yorkshire, you may know Chris. Chris, if you're watching, good day to you. I haven't seen you in a long time, certainly haven't chatted, so catch up with you soon, I'm sure. But anyway, myself and Chris, we went to an agricultural show in the Midlands, where I can't remember. And we were there to promote British charcuterie. And we shared a trade stand. Chris with all his products and his Yorkshire chorizo and many other products that he does. And myself with the products I made at the time, and which included pates. So whilst we're there, we got our trade stand set up, and it was looking pretty cool as a joint effort. And I was pleased to partner up with Chris because he's a great guy. But sorry if that sounded, but Chris is a cracking bloke to go and have a beer with us. Be in his company. If you want to be in Chris's company, he's good company. Anyways, let's get away from Chris. Myself and Chris, we set up this trade stand, and then we had a walk around to see all the other traders. And we came across this British chef. Embarrassingly, I can no longer remember his name. Anyway, got talking to him, and he had chicken liver pate on his trade stand also. And he kindly gave us a taste, and because he'd already clocked that I had chicken liver pate and on our stand, and me and Chris had some pate, and we both went, oh my god, yeah, it was brilliant, way better than mine. I thought mine was good. In fact, I thought mine was very good. But this bloody British chef, his pate was brilliant. Taste comparisons similar. Score in the taste, we could have been equal. If I flatter myself a little bit, we could have been equal on taste. But the quality of his finish of the pate was far superior than mine. And of course, I was intrigued. How the hell did you get your chicken liver pate to taste like that? To get that quality. And he just sniggered. And bless him, he wasted no time to tell us straight away. And he said, "I guess you're browning your livers in a skillet, aren't you?" I went, "Yeah," thinking I'm following the right steps. And he went, "No, you want to stop that?" And I thought, why? It's quite essential, really, to the recipe. He said, no. And then he went on to say he'd trained in Switzerland. Wow, that caught my attention. I thought, bloody hell. Okay, if he's been taught as a chef in Switzerland, then you can guarantee his skill set is up there. And my God, wasn't it? If that chicken pate of his was anything to go by. And he went on to explain to get his finish. But he put his livers in the blender raw, no browning. Cut out that stage completely. And he equalled, same as what I do, he equalled the measures of butter to the weight of chicken livers. So whatever the weight of the chicken livers you're using, you put in the same weight of butter. So his livers, raw livers, went straight into the blender. He blended that up. At the same time, he'd been heating and melting his butter, salted butter. Never follow this fad of unsalted butter, no matter where you sit it in any bloody recipe. Just trust me. Anyway, that's another subject. So salted butter, and then he seasoned it with salt and pepper, and taste as you go, which is important. And then he added an alcohol of brandy or rum. I think it was brandy in his case on that day, and that was pretty much it. And it was pretty much same as my recipe, the basics anyway, the seasoning. And in fact, I included it in this book. This is not a plug, all right, but I did put it in this book, but not under chicken liver pate. I put it under duck liver pate because it's exactly the same recipe, same method. So you can find it in my book if you if you wish to purchase that book. And it's getting that time of year, isn't it? So trust me, I'm a butcher and a guide on how to prepare and cook your poultry. So anyway, let's get back to this pate, chicken liver pate. So that's the skill, all right. That's the knowledge. So it's quit the browning in the frying pan. Don't do it, And it made perfect sense when he said, particularly as I was stood there and I could taste this creaminess, dare I call it a creaminess, smooth, and there was no grainy bits that came in from the browning of the livers. There was no overcooked liver, etc. So there it was, raw liver, blended, then added the melted butter, putting it all together with the seasoning, and then set into terrines. And it's as simple as that. It just doesn't get much easier. Then you cook it in a bain marie, of course, right? And it was a while after. I just couldn't bring myself to do it his way, albeit in my head I knew I should, and and shamefully, it took me a few years before I could break away from my method, of browning my livers and things, and until I told myself off so many times, I thought, you got to do it, So I did it, and the minute I did it, if I wasn't already converted, the day I did it, I was converted for sure, and I've never done it any other way since, and I have never ever bloody browned off any chicken livers in a skillet since. All right, so this is your biggest tip. All right, cut that out, don't do it. Then make your chicken liver pate, and you can just make them in loaf tins, of any kind of mould, round moulds, oblong moulds like a loaf tin, etc. Or the pate terrines that you can get, like from Le Crusoe. They're really good, they are, etc. By the way, I'm not affiliated to any brands, but so they're superb. Or what I do, because if you've watched some of my videos, I do a lot of canning, and this is what prompted me to make the video. I was down in my cellar where I store all my canning, and you can see here, we're now November 2025, and these I'd made in July 23, so they're two and a half years old nearly, so or creeping up that way. So this is the end of my stock, and I just thought, I've got to get on and make some more. 2.5 years, it's a bit of a long time really to be keeping pate, but it just shows you can. If you do canning, that's what you can do. So whether it's in terrines or whether you're going to can at in jars like this, at you know, you want to be doing it, you know. With the terrines and things, you can use clarified butter at the end once your pate is settled a bit to seal it off. And as thick as you go on the butter, better the shelf life as well, until you break it open, of course. So, but with this, you know, you want to be giving it 12 months to 2 years shelf life. You know, I mean, 12 months is enough, isn't it? You know, so just you know, just make some every year. You know, then just to last you the year, and Bob's your uncle. So yeah, so it's that easy. So you can still see the pink colour. You know, I achieved bit dark there, but pink colour. And of course it's 2.5 years old, and I got it on some toast ready to eat. It's no ponds here, it's just a straightforward piece of wholemeal toast or bread toasted with the pate on. I have to confess, it's a little bit dry, but after 2.5 years in a jar, you might expect it to be, but it's not over dry, and it's full of fat content because of the butter, of course. Anyway, make your own chicken liver pate. Don't brown your livers in a frying pan, all right? Cut that out. Blend like this chef taught me and Chris. That's the tip he gave us. And I've followed it ever since I first took it on, albeit a while after I met this fella. And I wish I had remembered his name, because I'd like to say thank you for that tip. It was very generous, and it's changed my pate. And I thought I had one that could match anybody else's, but you taught me on that day. There's always somebody better than yourself, and you were it. You know. So thank you. Sorry, I can't remember your name, but anyway, there you are, guys. At chicken liver pate, the way to do it. Please pop down there and buy me, you know, buy me a coffee. Helps to support these videos. There's the duck liver pate. The whole page on it at in the book, page 78. If you do buy the book, it's in the index, of course. And there's the book again. I might as well give myself a plug, hadn't I? It's getting that time of year. Mark Frederick. Trust me, I'm a butcher. I garden, to butcher and cook your birds. All right. So there we are. Enough said. Toodaloo.